Hi, welcome to our 2021 annual members meeting and program. To begin, we have co-president Derek Tomine to begin the meeting.
Welcome, everybody. I know everybody has a very busy schedule. I want to thank you guys all for taking the time out of your weekend to join us with our annual NJAHS member meeting. My name is Derek Tomine, as Roz said. I'm the NJAHS co-president with Brian Yagi, and we would like to call our members meeting to order. Can the co-secretaries please verify that we have a quorum for today's meeting?
Hi, Derek. Yes, so this is Tina Chong, one of the co-secretaries, and Katie Chong is here as well. And we're confirming that we have 20 proxies, and it looks like we have 66 members, 67 members on the call right now. So quorum is confirmed.
Great. Thank you, Tina, for counting and tallying the proxies and members present. I would like to call for a motion to accept the annual members meeting agenda as seen on the screen. Thank you, Max. May I get a motion to accept the annual members meeting agenda?
A motion to approve.
Thank you, Clark. Let's see, can I get a second?
This is co-secretary Katie Chong. I second.
Shall we, all those in favor of accepting the agenda, please vote by clicking the thumbs up icon on the bottom of your screen. How many hands do we have?
We have 18 hands raised.
Do we have anybody opposed?
No one opposed.
No one opposed? Okay. We have accepted the agenda. We'll move on to the meeting minutes from the 2020 annual members meeting. May I please have a motion to accept the minutes that all of the members should have received when they registered for this 2021 annual members meeting, please.
I'll move to
Also
approve
being shared on the screen. Thank you for the motion, Clark. Can I get a second, please?
This is co-secretary Katie Chong. I second.
Thank you, Katie. Okay, all in favor, please raise your hand or say aye. Looks like we have 18, 19, okay, 20. Okay, you can lower your hands now. Is there anybody opposed? Looks like we accepted the minutes from the 2020 annual members meeting. Thank you very much. It passes with 20 votes and nobody opposing. I'd like to take a moment to introduce and thank all of our board members for their service over the last year. It's been especially trying with all of our meetings being remote and doing everything over Zoom or telephone. So we have co-president Brian Yagi, myself, also as co-president, vice president Dr. Ellen Sawamura, retired Colonel Kirk Miyake as our interim treasurer, Katie Chong as our co-secretary, Tina Chong as our other co-secretary, Jeremy Chan, attorney, Stacy Fuji, attorney Clark Holland, the Honorable Jenny Iwamoto, Leonard Kaku, the Honorable Ken Kawaiichi, Jane Ma, the Honorable Barbara Marumoto Coons, and our past president, Neil Taniguchi. And we'd like to thank outgoing board member Jane Ma for all of her years of dedicated service to the organization and serving as a board member. Thank you, Jane. Now I'm going to introduce Roz, our executive director. She has some program updates for the members. Roz?
Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us. I wanted to also let you know quickly about our past events. During the pandemic, we quickly pivoted to address these needs of our dedicated teachers by addressing their professional development needs online. So our core series, next slide, we are All-American, was supported by a federal grant from the Japanese American Confinement Sites and administered through the National Park Service. This addresses the essential question: how did the experience of being removed, excluded, and incarcerated during World War II affect the choices made by people of Japanese ancestry in their response to loyalty? So next slide. Our historic inquiry approach delves into the fact-finding and historical analysis, which allows for greater sense of discovery by the student. Now, our workshops are prepared by expert curriculum developers and trainers in the field, led by Dr. Grace Morizawa from UC Berkeley School of Education and her colleague, Dr. Stan Pesic, also from UC Berkeley and Stanford. They're supported by our staffer, Melissa Bailey Nihei, and with coordination with the National Park Service's Golden Gate National Recreation Area. Next slide, please. Using this place-based teacher-to-teacher approach, we work closely with our local and regional partners in 7 regions of the United States, tailoring each segment toward regional differences and standards in cities such as Honolulu, Boise, Seattle, Minneapolis, and Washington, D.C. Next slide. Within California, we were able to secure our California Civil Liberties Grant for We Are All Americans. This is a multimedia inquiry curriculum for teachers grades 4 to 5. Our goal is to provide curricula that promotes and prompts students to ask questions, to discern how, and use evidence to support claims, and to immerse themselves in the practice of historical thinking as they learn independently and through collaborations with their peers. We want the students to explore the decisions faced by people of Japanese ancestry, including youth when confined in the camps. And we have Lynn Fonfa from the recently retired from the National Park Service to join us on our team. And I believe they had a morning session as well. And next slide. Through both our one-to-one and teacher training approach, we have been able to expand in this very popular intensive method and curriculum to a larger number of teachers. And you can see in different regions based on each project, how many teachers we've served. So we expect in this new cycle to reach about 450 in 7 different regions of the country. Next slide. And just to give you a quick summary of through our grants, we're able to complete our other projects. And the next one was the Bear Witness, the Camp Oral History digital collections. We were able to digitize about 181 of our past interviews that occurred in 1980s and the 1990s, and they are now available in excerpts online through our help with the University of San Francisco. And you can access that through our website. There's also a finding aid that was created as well. And we want to thank, next slide, all the many partners that we have, and particularly our interns from University of San Francisco, but also UC Berkeley, and high school graduates as well, to help us in the transcription, as well as our very many contractors and partners that worked toward the last year and a half getting this project off the ground and implemented. So thank you very much. And finally, we want to thank the NJAHS Community Foundation for their faith in our efforts to undertake our exhibit enhancements at the MIS Historic Learning Center at Building 640, and to help prepare for our reopening. So thank you very much. And some just quick announcements about our newly awarded grants. Next slide. We received from the National Park Service, the Japanese American Confinement Sites grants, 2 awards on interpretation education for the next couple of years. One is the Enemy Alien Files under Project Manager Great Shimizu on the Department of Justice Enemy Alien Files, the camp and exhibition website. And then Through Their Eyes, this is an investigation into the Jerome and Rower incarcerees' relations with African Americans in the South. And this is the teacher development workshop led by Dr. Grace Morizawa, our education coordinator. So congratulations, and we look forward to implementing those 2 grants in the next couple of years. And as a final closing, we wanted to show you on video this past programs. You've probably seen it in the prelude to the preview of this meeting, but go ahead and we'll present some quick review of our past programs, to public programs that we presented through the National Japanese American Historical Society. Thank you very much, Max and Melissa and Grace, for all your hard work.
To the people of America, the devil's sun has crossed the sky, gone down in the deep quiet of nighttime darkness. Looking into the mirror on the wall, I see water drops of tears on my lower right eye.
That we should become more conscious about our responsibilities to each other and how our actions, affect, the world around us. And as much as, the world around us should have some kind of impact on how we feel about that responsibility.
He asked me to work for the San Mateo City Elementary School District as a community person, and I was in this committee. Sat down with that committee and started to talk about the camps. They almost fell on the floor. And
when I first arrived in San Francisco with my family, I knew so little about how to get started in this country. I was not alone at that time. There were many newcomer Japanese women who were also facing hardship in the new country.
It's important that we continue with that sense of freedom to be able to talk about camp, to be able to talk about the experience, because the only way this country will ever remember what happened to Japanese Americans during World War II is if we push that issue out into the public. So
Takato, of course, was an immigrant, and in his native Japanese, the word for crutches is matsubazue. The kanji characters mean pine and needle or leaf and sticks. And you can see how the end.
The turret moves about 35 to 40 degrees, maybe 20 degrees to each side, and it just stops either way. And also the tracks could move forward or backwards.
My mother, would often make dresses for my stuffed animals. And, she made the little stuffed animals.
listen to these personal testimonies and all the pain and hurt that was there. And, I've said this so many times that it's the only time I've ever seen Nisei men cry in public. And just about every single one of them did. It was difficult.
San Francisco is among the oldest and one of only 4 historic Japan towns remaining in the United States. It was a significant gateway for historic U.S.-Japan relations. The first Issei, the first arrivals to the United States from Japan.
from the left, that's Grandpa Tunagoto, and next to him is my grandmother Tune. My brother, older brother Nob, or formal name Nobuo. My mother Sueko, my father holding me, and that's me on the right side.
Camp in Idaho is Ellen Bepp. Ellen Bepp began her artistic journey striving to give voice to her Japanese cultural roots through visual and musical expression. Born and raised in the San Jose, Japantown community shortly after.
This is a little POW diary. On July 3rd, 19th year of Showa, we left New Caledonia. On the 24th of the same month, during daytime, we arrived at the port of San Francisco. On the 25th, we disembarked the ship and came to the holding center. PW, 39 persons. August 2nd morning, 10 persons left for an unnamed destination.
They took his mugshot. He was 59. Then sent him to the Sand Island internment camp, where the order for release was reversed by the intelligence board.
My Jack Kramer racket. In the summer of 1958, I was a shy high school junior trying to figure out how to earn enough money to buy a new tennis racket. I was just named to the varsity tennis team, and I was flat broke. As the youngest of 7 children.
Here we go. Welcome to Finding Your Roots, an introduction to Japanese American genealogy online. Our objective today is to show you how to access your family records online and for free or for very low cost. And just to give you a little bit of background.
This Amachi Co-op souvenir album contains the history of the Amachi Co-op, a temporary community enterprise that began from soda pop distribution in 1942 and quickly expanded to as full-blown of a department store as you could get in a concentration camp, with services such as a barber shop, tailor, newspaper,
I want to thank everybody, and again, all our wonderful members and donors and supporters who made this all work very possible this past year. And of course, our wonderful board of directors who guide us, every day and provide a lot of support for us. For those folks who want to take a look at some of the programs that you may have missed, don't worry, you can just go onto YouTube and type in our acronym, and there's a whole host of programs that we've done that are posted there that you can watch for free. And for those people who are interested in getting the stamps, we do sell the stamps, the postage stamps for our stamps for the Go for Broke. And I believe there's a commemorative issue as well. So feel free to go on our website and take a look at that as well. And our interns for the summer created this Tanabata welcome wish, and we encourage you to, stop by. We're gradually going to be open, hopefully, and we're hoping that we can open 640 as early as July 4th weekend, probably by reservation only, and to make sure that we social distance and have our masks on and according to protocol. So crossing our fingers. Stay tuned and check our website for openings and listings. Thank you.
Thank you, Roz. Now we will move on to the annual members meeting, Board of Elections. We have the slate of candidates that have been nominated to the NJAHS Board of Directors for the years 2021 through 2023, a 2-year term. This slate of candidates was also provided to you when you registered for the meeting. We have Katie Chong, Tina Chong, Stacy Fuji, Ken Kawaichi, Barbara Maramoto Coons, Kirk Miyake, Ellen Sawamura, Neil Taniguchi, and Brian Yagi, all up on the slate for re-election. I would like to now ask and see if there are any motions to add any additional names to the slate of candidates.
Hi, Derek. Yes, so this is Tina Chong, co-secretary of NJAHS, and I would like to make a motion to add Stephen Yoshizawa to the slate.
Okay, may I have a second on the motion?
I will second it.
Thank you, Clark. I believe we had already received an application for Stephen, and he was a late add, but can I have a vote in favor of adding Stephen Yoshizawa to the slate of candidates? Please raise your hand or say aye to vote yes. Okay, it looks like we have 18 votes in favor. And you can lower your hands now. And then is there anybody opposed? Do we have 2 people? Oh, wait, Tina, your hand is up still. Wait, no, looks like we have nobody opposed. Okay. May I have so it looks like Stephen is added to the slate. Can I have a motion to close the nominations? Oh, is there anybody else being added? May I have a motion to close the nominations, please?
I'll move to close the nominations.
Thank you, Clark. Second, please.
I move to second the motion.
Thank you, Ellen. All those in favor, please say aye or raise your hand to vote in favor. Okay, that looks like we have 20 approving. Do we have any opposed? None opposed. Okay. It passes unanimously then. I present to you the NJAHS Board of Directors for the 2021 through 2023 term. Congratulations, board. Please check your calendars for our next scheduled board meeting. It'll be held in July, and we will get that out to you shortly. Thank you. So this concludes the annual members meeting for 2021 for NJAHS. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming in on your busy weekend. Can I get a motion to adjourn and close the annual members meeting, please?
I move to adjourn and close the meeting.
Thank you, Clark. Can I get a second, please?
Yes, I second the motion.
Thank you, Ellen. All in favor, please raise your hand or say aye. Okay. Anybody opposed to closing the meeting? Thank you, everybody. That will conclude our annual members meeting. Thank you for your participation. And we will now move directly into our program for today with Executive Director Rosalind Tonai as your host. Thank you.
Thank you, Derek.
Thanks, Roz.
Thank
you,
you.
Tina. Thank you, Katie. Thank you,
Thank
Clark
you,
and
Tina.
Ellen.
Thank you, board members. And for the ones in the audience who couldn't get in, thank you for participating. We really welcome your support and ongoing attention with our programs.